Promotion, population, promoting our culture, promoting our tradition.
And Prince Empire Group, our partners. My name is Peace Njai, the bookings and road manager for Apache Entertainment. We are gathered here today to declare Nyancho's double album, Kairon in Tenkung, meaning peace and stability. We appreciate of your support and presence. Without much ado, I would like to introduce our good manager, Djobz, to take through the rationale behind this project. Please be also informed that Djobz is back as Nyancho's new manager, and he will take over as Apache Entertainment new manager. Can we please welcome Djobz?
Grand style. So Apache said I must be introduced in a grand style.
Yeah.
So that's what Peace did anyway.
So my combination. That's right.
Peace Njai, our proactive bookings and road manager. You know now Apache's management is a presidential cabinet. So I call him His Excellency Nyancho, aka Apache. Thank you very much for availing me the opportunity to be introduced in this manner. To our partners that are here, Prince Kani from Prince Empire, and his colleague who is the manager of the investment company. To Sena Fall, who is also a very important partner from Team EMB, and our beautiful proactive sister, who is his accompaniment from EMB organization. To the media that are present here today, Fatu Network, Point Newspaper, Foroya, Njai Sasune, and all others that are here, I am grateful to you all. I mean, it's very, very important that we are having this particular gathering. But first, my coming back, we've never informed the public officially. Last week, we were engaged in an activity, and then a lot of people saw us in that signing ceremony. So we deem it fit to inform the public officially today in this gathering. Like Peace put it, it is the declaration conference of Nyancho's double album, Cairo and in Tenkungo. Cairo means peace, Tenkungo stability. Perhaps the public would want to know, why is it that Nyancho is coming up with such a project? Ladies and gentlemen, Nyancho has understood fully well over the years that our industry has been very blurry because of the so many misunderstandings between artists, the discrepancies, the beefs, you name them. And then this also starts from Apache Entertainment, Nyancho's associates. I wasn't there, but then Cairo and Tenkungo made me to come back. So that is commendable. But I feel Nyancho is a great catalyst of change. And then his track record, all of you would attest to the fact that Nyancho has never been involved in any beef or any problem with any artist in this country. For 10 years or more, he has been in this industry. He has never had any lockhead with any artist. He is known to be the greatest entertainer in this country. That's what he knows. That's what he does. He has never been out at any time to bully his fellow artists. Now, obviously, the only person that could have come up with such a bigger project would have been Nyancho, and it's only Nyancho, that did this, and that is why we are here. When he first told me this, I said, this is a great concept, cognizant of the instability in our industry. I mean, artists have made it to be a quagmire nature, where there are human beings in disguise as alligators, everybody going after one another. I feel we have a role to play. Cairo to say we have to maintain peace as one people in the industry. Gambia has a lot of thespians, but then the only way we can attract investors and partners to believe in us is when we establish peace and stability amongst us. By extension, this album will also have side attractions, just like what we did, during the police hall. And the side attraction will be that Kaira Kacha that we will mount, right? Make sure you capture all these things in your publication or your post. We will be having that Kaira Kacha ahead of the event and even after the event. Kaira Kacha with who? Those artists that have been in lockheads. Kaira Kacha with who? Those people that are great investors in this country, great business ladies and men. But because they are not in unity, we've been having so many problems. Today in this country, if one artist chooses to interact with Nyancho, right? Another one would say, I am not going to vibe with Nyancho because he is vibing with my enemy. So we are putting businesses in a funny situation because we are not united. Now, for us to mitigate this, Cairo and Tenkungo will do. The Kaira Kacha will involve thespians in this country, stakeholders in this country, government officials in this country. I remember very well, Stena, you can attest to that, the day we visited the new Minister of Arts and Culture, Abdullah Djobz. Yeah, the permanent secretary mentioned it there, plain, to say they want to help us. But then they haven't seen any sense of responsibility in terms of unity and tranquility because they've all seen the discrepancies that is happening. The hulabalu, the brouhahas, on social media, it's all about beefs and beefs and beefs. So when we are not united, it will be a problem for stakeholders to take us seriously. The permanent secretary mentioned that. So Nyancho obviously must come up with such a project, which is very, very timely, cognizant of our indifferences in the industry. But again, we need all of you to be with us in this vessel of peace and tranquility, because in order for us to extend this content, we need your partnership. In order for us to over-inform about the album launch event, we need your partnership. Of course, in deliberating around the concept, Kairon in Tenko, one would also ask, when are we going to launch this album? It is going to be 23rd of November at QCity. And like I said, we are going to have side attractions, activities ahead of the event, partnership development, because that is the way forward. We cannot do it alone. Nyancho is a person that believes in collaborative efforts. And we are fully informed that the more our content get out there regarding what we want to do, the more people will get to be informed about what we want to do. Because today, no thespian is here alone to entertain him or herself alone. But of course, it is the music enthusiasts, the media, the people, the partners, that made it possible. Today, we will feel our importance, right? Because we have the public behind us. Without the public, we would not have been the greatest stars that we are. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy that we are having this session. But again, I would like to mention one of our Samaritans who's not here with us, Black Moose from the UK. These are projects that would always involve people that are willing to support, right? Some will come in different fashions. Some, they don't even want you to sign any paper with them. They will come and give it to you. Now, Black Moose is one of those who is so much willing in terms of augmenting our thespians. So I would like to convey my sincerest gratitude to him, right? To some of our partners that are not also here, but I know they will watch this. We also have partners that are Batufalu, just like how Jaliba, have his Batufalu, right? These are people that want to see Nyancho performing in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India this year. And surely it will happen. It will not only be limited to European countries, but even in Middle East and Asia. Because Nyancho is generally for everybody. Nyancho is the most preferred thespian to so many Gambians, home and abroad, because of what he does. Ladies and gentlemen, Cairo Nintenkungo is timely, and I would like all of you to echo similar sentiments with us in extending this information to the public. Thank you very much.
You all. Thanks to Nyancho, the manager, Djobz, and Peace Njai, and the team from Njembe, right? If I pronounce it correctly. EMB, okay. All right. To the media house, I always want to give shout out to the media house because you people are doing a great job. Without you, we wouldn't be out there. So I always want to give 100% that to the media house, and also to my partner who made it possible for us to be sitting here today. He's the backbone of whatever I do, and I also want to say thank you for believing in what we are doing, and all the people that are here. It's a great pleasure. We are not expecting this on the whole to have a speech here, but it's a pleasure for us to be here, obviously. And thanks so very much, Djobz, for giving us this great opportunity. First of all, I want to say Nyancho and his team are really great. We appreciate working with them, and we said this at the signing ceremony. If they are happy working with us, it means we are really blessed to work with Nyancho and his team, because Nyancho is a real is a true definition of Gambian culture, and this is why Prince Empire is here. We want to use our connection to sell Gambian music, not only in the Gambia but beyond the Gambia. And if we are doing music, real music, you can't count Nyancho from that. So basically, Prince Employer is an investment company, and we love to work with people that have talent, because what we believe is true talent that we can develop the Gambia. This economy is growing. It's just a baby economy. We have a long way to go, but when we come together, we can achieve a whole lot of things. First of all, I always want to put this to everybody. Prince Empire is not here for competition. We are here for collaboration, because we believe the Gambian economy is too small for competition. We have to collaborate in the sense that we have to love each other. What I feel for myself is the same thing I should feel for other people. Then we bring our minds together, because we can do something. Maybe we have the money to invest, but we don't have the know-how. Somebody has the know-how but don't have the money. So why not we bring us together and we all develop, because this country belongs to all of us. And arts is a very big sector in any development country. So if Gambia has such talents, people like Nyancho, we will be very grateful, not only to sign a partnership with them, but this partnership should be forever. Even if Nyancho is not there, anybody who takes over, even if Prince is not there, we believe that our interests should be the same. We should put it together, and work, because Gambia belongs to us, and we are the only people that can grow Gambia. I tell people, look, this economy is very easy to grow. People don't just understand the value. If we understand that value and put and connect those value chain together, we build a value chain, and it's very, very easier for Gambia to grow. A population of 2 million is really easy. You look at Berlin. Berlin alone is 4 million. And everybody's comfortable living in Berlin. If this country is just have 2 million, why are people not comfortable living in this country? That's a question I always ask myself. That the only problem is Gambians don't want other people to grow. As long as we don't put such mindset, we have to see this country like it belongs to us. If I contributed my own part and it grows, I'm not only doing that for myself, but I'm also paving a way for the new generation that is coming. Change is difficult, but people have to do the change, because if we don't do it, it's still going to be there. Then it means we did not fulfill the promise and the responsibility that the new future or the new generation is coming up to look up to us. What are we leaving for them? What are we designing for them? And this is something that all of us has to do. Djobz and his team are really, really, really great. And one thing I love about them, for me, it's not about the money, but it's the trust that we're going to build, because money comes last. Let's build the trust, because if you build the trust, there is more room for development, there is more room for dialogue, and there is more room for transformation. And Nyancho and your team, we are saying, Prince Empire is saying, we are really grateful to have this partnership with you, and we look forward to more projects with you and your team. Thank you.
Once again, I would like to say a big thanks to Nyancho and the Apachaki Entertainment and the whole team, the media houses, and the Prince Empire team as well. Well, we are definitely not prepared for this speech, but we are very grateful and then honored to be given this opportunity to throw some few words to the public. Like Prince mentioned before, we are here for collaboration. I mean, the Gambian music is something that is growing and it's going to grow. It's not going to grow alone. Nyancho alone cannot make it grow. Prince Empire alone cannot make it grow. Not a single artist can make it grow. So it needs a whole lot of collaboration. When we join hands together, we support each other. We see the dreams in each and every artist or each and every personnel in the Gambian music industry. It's definitely going to work. So yeah, we are very happy to be here. And then thanks so much for giving us this opportunity once again. And hopefully our collaboration will be for eternity. Thanks so much.
Is also a very, very serious partner, the Yembe organization. Some time ago, they were the ones that staged Nyancho and Barahama at Manjai Park. A great event, Mr. Prince. They have a great concept that is to unite Gambians, cognizant of our different tribe, our cultures and traditions. They also took up a cause that is very heavier. Because anybody that should take a course that is heavier, cognizant of the challenges of homogeneity, particularly the discrepancies, there's so many problems in the Gambia's art sector, you must be a very, very brave and strong one. That is why when I met Sena and his team, I told him, bro, not everybody came with such concepts and they survive. And last time, this is exactly what I said. But then because you believe in your concept, you believe in the knowledge that you have, you believe in your course lane, you had to bring such an initiative to Gambian thespians. Now, from Nyancho's mouth before this occasion, he told me, Djobz, I want you to introduce Segna in a gross fashion because he's a very important set in this major set. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Segna Fag from Yembe organization.
Do it the way they did it, which is to say we also not prepared because we were also invited basically to come and grace this occasion. And we, no matter how tight our schedules was, we have to be here. Not because of whatever been said, but because the guy just mentioned is the trust. We have worked with Nyancho and we trusted him. He trusted us. And that's the reason why we're here. And, a lot of things happened. And, but he became a very important partner, because sometimes also when we do things, we also try to see the people that are real in what they do. And they say it this way, if you want to know somebody real, like you have to work with them, travel with them, or probably stay with them. That's the time you know the people. And we have worked with Nyancho. That's the moment we realize the kind of person he is. And that is why we also gonna open it. We said here openly. We did Yembe Festival to launch some of these materials that were coming in Gambia. That has never happened in Gambia. We brought the first materials that came a year ago, which are in Gambia. The second year was supposed to be when we brought our stages that we don't have in Gambia. It's rare in Africa probably. But the funniest thing about with all the situation, with all the plans we had a delay, last-minute delay of shipment and all that. And can you imagine? We went ahead with the festival just to present to Gambians what we're trying to do. But Alhamdulillah, all these materials have landed in Senegal, and we are happy to say that instead of now launching those materials for Yembe, we're going to launch it for his album launching. That's the reality. That's what's going to happen. So it's like he's the lucky guy in here, because we were, if we could launch it, then probably people have seen it. But now we're going to launch things that people haven't seen for the first time. And it's not going to happen for Yembe. It's going to happen for Nyancho. But it's because of the things he has done, because of the commitment. We're not also stupid. As I told him before, we were working with people, but we were also watching. We were also trying to see the people that are real. Because, when you're trying to set up in something in Gambia, trust me, you don't see the real people. Like, we started this thing 2 years ago, where we have dropped, like, we are 15 in number. The number has dropped to 3 in active people, 3. but it's sacrifice because Gambians want everything on the table. The Gambians will want you to bring $1 million and tell us, let us share it. It's not going to work that way. How it works is we need to sacrifice. And when we started this project, we had a 3-year project. 3 year, if you're trying to arrange something, how many people will believe in the project? Not a lot of people will believe in it. Even some of Gambians don't believe in the project. Some of the artists don't even believe in the project. But Nyancho believe in us. And that is why we are very happy that we're gonna partner with him and we're gonna make sure this is gonna be our own thing. I can tell you. We are the one in Gambia, but we have partners out. We have partners in Sweden and in Italy. They're watching too. They know we are here coming here today. They know the importance of making sure Nyancho also has what it takes to make his album launching one of the successful album launching. And when you talk about success album, it's not about the venue or the people coming. Sometimes it's also the materials that you showcase. And if you could provide Nyancho with those kind of materials, they are very sophisticated materials. I'm sure he will have a very successful event. And it's because he has also worked for it. That's the reality. I have not much to say. Time is going. But I can just assure you that among the artists we have worked with so far in this country, I think he has turned out very, out. And he is the only one we are doing it for. There's no artist that has that, agreement with us now. We are doing it voluntarily because of his commitment. He's, whatever he said he has done. And we appreciate that. And he said it here, money comes last. Millions of dollars is you will, if you don't have a correct investment, you blow it out. But if you have a proper plan and proper setup, you could make something happen. And inshallah Rabbi, BMB will be there for you. Inshallah. And we appreciate, when I met him, few moments before our event, he was very instrumental. I've seen also his effort. Peace, the manager, was marvelous. So we worked with a team that was honest to us and that understood what we were trying to do. And after all the issues we had, can you imagine, they came and they were very appreciative. And when I sent that information to my partner, he was like, look, we have to launch these materials for Nyancho and nobody else. Yes, and alhamdulillah, it's because of
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And when I met you, I saw every seriousness in your eyes with your people. And I wasn't surprised when you said, Nyancho has gone extra mile in your partnership. I said, except for those that don't know Nyancho, but I know very well, that he has no iota of grudges against any initiative or organization. So I am proud. That's right. VM, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. So, and when I rebranded Nyancho and said he is the only Muruba Danano in the Gambia, it brought in some few questions regarding why. And I said, he's the only complete entertainer, the only complete artist is him. And I said, he's the choreographer, the singer, the dancer, and the rapper. Now, we symbolize this on our logo. And I also said, you are the one that invented, that no one invented. Now, in 2014, you made Gambians to believe that choreography is the way forward, is the deal. And I remember I was working with my first client, and somebody drew my attention in Brikama to say, Djobz, well, we know you are very optimistic around your client, but there's a boy that emerged in Bakau, and pretty much so he is going to take your artist down, right? And then I was very uncomfortable, and then the person said, wait, let me play one of his performances for you. This is just side attractions. Anyway, don't get bored. And then, she played Nyancho's video, and I saw his performances. And I saw Salman Bari, our lead dancer and choreographer. I saw Peace, I saw Mahmoud, how organized the choreography was. And I said, yes, you are right. This guy, is the pioneer of this. And this is something that Gambia has never seen. So I also had to strategize, as a manager with foresight, that is to welcome him. Because at the time, if we should term him as a competitor, it wasn't going to work for the artist that I was managing. Because back then, he has more fans than that artist, So we did it that way until the day I met him in person. He was crossing to go to Alliance and I had to, wave him. He came. I said, I saw your performance. You are Nyancho. I said, yes. I said, I'm managing somebody, but I think you are my best artist. I am your #1 fan. Now, over the years, my #1 star became the artist that I manage. That is when I came to Jollof Art. And then when they requested for my services, I felt hesitant at first to accept it. They gave me the contract. I went with it at home, perused through it. I had to go back there. So on the third day that I went to Jollof Art to see the CEO, I found Nyancho sitting. And then the CEO told me, well, you are here to sign. Equally, Nyancho is also with us, and you are going to manage 9 artists. Now, they made me the first ever operations manager for that record label. And it started like that. We all served there 2 years, and then it was a 2-year work relationship that was very, very beneficial. Now, we got to Senegal to work with the late Chon Seka, may his soul rest in peace. And I was in the studio when Chon and his producers would spew their recommendation regarding how artistic Nyancho is. Because you may have so many thespians, so many singers, but then are they artistic like Nyancho? Now, for you to be artistic like Nyancho, you should be able to dance properly, isn't it? For you to be artistic like Nyancho, you should be able to sing and rap and also be speedy like how he is speedy, whatever beat that you give him. So, ladies and gentlemen, the only Muruba Danano, Bakau Sojar Kambano, Atele Nyindol Beno, I want all of you to put your hands together until those in Bakau will hear you. Yes. His Excellency Nyancho.
Degree. Apachaki alislamu alaikum badi ngono sinyo dun koto nyambolu mentandin kanu dimbalu teri batan selu mbinki somen koto patato ni mbari njaba jambolu geja tero tumurun batol be kontra bulu amarati liboti jila alla bola Nyancho mo aka apachaki samfete ngodi ngo men kulo kido kuma kama buka wasila
muku samfete ngodi kido kuma kama muku.
Yes.
His Excellency why
mbatol be kontona bake media household mil baby jang anina partner you know, mbe fana kontona bake Prince Empire, aliso bulola bake.
Yes. Prince Kani.
Anena yembenkolu, wal fana muna partner aliso bulola. Yes, mbal betentula mbal jaila bake Djobz na manager CEO mba fana yako, you know.
Secretary General.
Yes. Inimbara bake. Anena road manager, Peace, Mbafana Kontona Bake, Salman Bari, you know, Bafode, na Ntanyolo Fanati dal. Mbafalal Beko, thank you for coming, and ala baraka Bake Fana. Comme Djobz min fo ñu jandoron, wolon Miya Sabu, nga ñing kafo kumandi ñang ñimbe oto, wolon ko na album launch no min kana wolon Cairo ñen tenkungoti. Cairo nyin tenku mantara dawa dato dorong hani kabi kuda sata komale so ngamira Cairo nyin tenku ngolon kuti mi yalon ko dunia be bo wala nyinola sate mi yalon ko Cairo tije mobu kalaf ka ko tilinje korda mi yalon ko Cairo tije wala kambe tije akorda bu ka diade so ngamira Cairo nyin tenku nata nyin karo bela manna comme artisol na industry dambala site la bari comme dawa dalom kutubungol kono lawo kordal kono lawo do kududal kono lawo mansakunda lawo nin kambe mo mantara dawa da dorong hani kabi manin kol ka fol dorong nin kungol benta kangol mambeng hani kabi kambe mo tije aketanya sewo bati pour kanyin album o nyin fentindi ka de Gambia non la album o nyin abe kawandol sotola nemetolo album o nyine balno ka do kutale ebe kumol moyla ifango be karanna mbe entertain la mbe jelendi la kali alon kana den kilo ke nyame den kilo ka sense make e ka karanje bari still nke jelenda kono sometimes relixol sa kandi nyawanya bari paddo bina ifango ba falale ko to yara jacho is funny bari musical fambo nyama e ka fole so yeah. Thank you. So music nka wela diala we mi yalon ko molba moyla ko andum kebal se fanjeje dindingol ye fanjeje mantran ka fonun sanji jama ko man ton ka fole mantraka nta manke artiso doronti nta mo banku doku lalati banku doku la killing amanke kawandilal dambala nganta kana ka tonya fo ka foko nyimam beteya wala nyimam beteya ngamira ntol fana role social media lonko jamal ke tulolon na nsa kuma jama fono je ka na banko mol kunindi je aning ke tankandi wolon dindingol ti new generation on milbe wuli kan wala asabu ntanyancho wala musico fintita bake ni ya korosi wala nankafo artist je minna fansol si atantet because ndala fansol dol bi yefan inena bukata program thank you ibe bungol la kono mili ya lonko mamallong mumullon dol mumullo ibe tara larin laran wala kan ike tulolo nyanchola dol be sasa ring ibe loptanol to dunia karo bela jamal sam komandi ya fonye mamalom dol sa fonye mbamalom na ila musigo moya man kende ya katara larin ne ba hani ayila musigo mo teleton ka wulindira ngana fe nga sindi salo to pura yejibe ni aje ala wo kelante to amanke fendi ngaming billo na musico kono nin concept min kanalon ntama fa moy ko na tulo lo nyanchola bari turu e ka fengo fe fa ko connect wolto wanan ka fa ati so nyanti ke kula bakela turu la musico kono e be min fola
bika siga saba bika tay saba bika dola bi
thank you yes ini bara joso you know akumayata pour artiso ini style min bina akumayata fana artiso iba kuma kangol min folola ela musico kono because musico kango jam fata bakel musico nyi ya fintendi ase no mano fo sanji jama isita fo la carrière fo ba musico nyimbe dunia kono so important da bakel pour ibe min fintendi ani be min dila molla okay na european to jamal bi jen ba fo la misal fe jamal la kanantela programme to millialon ko amanke nyim boy solti wala nyim chapelti millialon ko mero lon pabil lon milan ko be tubabu dule inena bukata hani programme kilundo na manke ntanyancho la programme oti dol kanay ka fonye ko ntenena man kabinte en singolo tubabu du janga about 20 something years ke jana dol sa fonye 30 something years nena man ta hani programme kilundo bar birina moy koy kanaje nem botana Sweden nam borina natele programme atet dol bota sate jamal to kanana programme oten sometimes ni wol nata fay nyatin na ka fonye koy ke tulo lon telale aftan kasilan kam fango mira kafo munana kom ale nyinkata no nyaadi le bari kom a manke fendi nga belief klina soto no wolon ko ning mbeka kamben doron nka kuke wala nka kacha nka kuola nyokan doron always aka kula develop ntela timo ibe mbala jan nkata studio lo kono nga do studio to mbe musico record la nte buka musico safe yebito dina nyami nka la wala nyama ay menyini nka dia la wala nyama nimbe musico bil kambe studio kono be freestyle kan pro musico nyinke bela sabana boy yamire nyin idea janne nya fonyo no nga jamfale nga jankete so amanke nyancho da barakala musico doku nyulu bela ke doku ali so bulo la bay
from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning police will production
niye mira police wala production wala mba fo jefo la Djobz aketa songoti mi yalonko ay dunia be benne
outro fan itele ko ni Djobz abe voice la abe skeleton
thank you police on data jela fiale mbe sirin dorong nko yamiranta police wala bito start la ka ko sin start ka fo mbe police wala parade la na fela mbe different concept all na fe kan you know jela fe bito start kay ko no bito tinya na biddo kosi na yalla ne mbe wolto fo ideal binaka moma idea sotono bal turu birin idea na ton kun kono bidaga ayo alio police olule directly
continue demand
cool binaka you know cool binaka dorong from there natata woloto kanyin musico nyim bill ni mira akita tilikiling do ko walati wala non ko wati nin kambenta dorong mbe ku fintinda no le mi yalon ko asa dunia be bennole munana na hope soto studio kono munana courage soto ka den kilo nyim fintinde biko ngana hat la yele ka tan do ku nyolla ko alla idea fa wal sa dum do nyin songo kono le dol bina ba fo dañe service do ku muna ko la ya bije ya onda sa dol ba fo te itol sa diamuno teng bari ta lala no ko den kilo la itol sa ka diamunte la bari ka lala kom den kilo so nyina ka ideal na fina songo nyin bira fintita ay dunia be beng Bresta la kucha anata wala nyama yon command studio to nata ideal borta nyokan starta fo la gale no mbakel tene ngela bito fango ti nyanko jela fe la kuma pipi nga bit do ko si bari turu ngina do ko ken ngani yolla ndambal artisol anin do ko nyol ngina do ko ken ngani yolla wato wati dorong na fintira banda pansol ba apiset yala minam mbena hat la yela nyole nga doku so walatna nta Nyancho nko nanyin albumo min kana mbakela kairo nyin tenkungolti because ngalo ne kairo nyin tenkungo ay min wulunte anu ngalo ne fana aka min wulu nin kairo be dawada dorong nyato talabiji so aketa nya sewoti na management of fana nata mutamfe ka tandina ko kairo nyin tenkungo wala diloti ngatani wala good concept nga fintendi nga di molla nga trakol jamar record je nak na albumo kono akuma kangol be siala albumo chocho be siala because kuma kesol be albumo kono mi yalon ko nin jamali e tulolo wala e balol be fala dol ba fala dol be kumbola because kuma kangol na minke musical nyilul kono albumo nyin kono double album abakela walti album fula because albe ali membale last year man album launchinoke because abe tatar na European toning wala ndistop tani na mbita bina programol fenkata nyama tata so janim bena date release la tar artisol jamali date release man la fin ning artisol mo nyolie du nyola wala ko ning kari la date katata nyola competition obiye after diamo be siaka comme Djobz siafa janne berina misiko dati fo bi ita artist commande ya nyininka ya question about Nyancho aya foy ko nin Nyancho nene e problème soto wala nin Nyancho nene ben telefon comme amon commande wala koma wara telefon anata tambitan na fam wala ayem no nde a artist balong a artist ndiolong a bemu artist balate ndeya e mo fanso tiwo e manke fanso tiwo ndeke mutalenke jibere ko na fanso so wala nan ko dorong na albumo fonsa tola kairo nyin tenkungola kairo nyin tenkungo wala tina nim Prince Empire ko fanabe collaborate kam pour ka nañu launchino be sambanyola ani yembe ko fango ya fo janne ni aje atol fango be lori njambi kairo nyin tenkungola o sabu ni amoy jamengol kono salo fambake Allah kubaru fango be kala kairo be sate nyundo nin kairo mandara sate min do Allah kubar fanta kala biko alma motita jame ngoto so so niamoy na merol bita Marcel to kata nyejara wafol nin ji wafol nin netatu wafol nin dolla mina sabu kairo nyin tenkol be kering nin kairo nyin tenko man take motita Marcel to fang niamoy bita nduga fangola itita so kairo nyin tenku ngamira fenno wote mi yalon ko fentije min ye sembo sotati ibe fengo fen men sonna dunia kono ngamira nin hada badi min folo nyenila wolon sima yati anin kairo anin tenku so ndela dia mota siala bake ngalone mbadan da jane bari mbafula albe ko fana ala baraka bake alla nala jang mbe Black Moses mbatentula mbajayla bake afana na music industry kono abe kataw jamake kan artist wolie
the Indian community
thank you
Sambala India
Indian community fana mba fala wol fana ko inimbara na nowen ko fana nkanale mbesilo kan mba fala fana ko inimbara kamara na ani IAC kolu mba fala inimbara this year mantar kata IAC nan kata ila mela festival wala ila king coming organize so mba fala ko inimbara bake to lo connection o dundi mba fala na Sweden call fana ko freestyle nkanale wol fana ko mandi this year mba fala German call fana ko mbesilo kanne nkananane mbe plela sate jamal toje Finland fana mbe plela je Canada fana ngamira next month lom Canada next month lom bita woto ninjaliba il fana la festival o ngalan telon ntani jaliba la force artist oti mi yalon ko Gambia kono mbe finti kam pour ka festival o play so toki fana na molu fana fa mo geta so bari fana parete so mbitay kanne so mba fola nyulul be ko e beni mbara bake ni aje nyulul bebe lola pour ka nyinken tolie pour ka Nyancho fintindi ka Nyancho nganyandi ka Nyancho la musico samba another level ndaka feel ko manfuta o level of fanto bari turu na kuma kangol na musico kono ngamira wolle kam futandi woto so mbafolo kafo be ko ibeni mbara momo ya mutan fe nanyin album launch noto mbafole ko inimbara Fatu Camara ntamba janimbe bola jang fonsa tofo molong industry economy yalon ko maybe malong bari comme artist jamal lañu launch non mi lunka soto kiw cité ñin dula doltu ne aje hadama dingol be kanana nje Fatu Camara long sometimes isa moja liparinje yafo artist ñin ala fansol dambala fintitana no Fatu Camara ka ticket jamal la sang artisole ka kodi jamal findindi ay mo jamal call ay foy ko alimbala al artist kadila ticket osa dolbe ticket osa na 100,000 dolbe ticket osa na 75,000 ita artist o mo connection o be soto ngamira ita artist o mo le keke moti so wala nanko janimbe bola jang fonsa jamung ngatentu ngajay na polisol album ku jamala keje anung nga dula jama kalamuta artist jamala lonchi noto jay ku jama keje ntem molti mi yango mawori like ni moy ku kenye mba folale no matter hani man la fi nga fo mba folale comme surwal ko mi fo rek dunde sul jef
moy diga kita ngata
wow
henen ko yata
thank you so mba fole ebe ko inimbara anim mo jama lom mi yanko be Gambia kono jang e kanyin sifalke artisole mba fole be ko al nimbara bake thank you very much albe minke kan wolo nin kambe wonata doron ndambal tema doron nsafono na dokuwol be nganiyol be abe bitale true mbe lafta minna mbe futale jele so mba falal ko al nimbaraka al nimbara bake thank you kilimbe mbala farola nganna da bandingo konkong berinnan ko din kombitala sun konna kunundingo tombong ngatara kolondala ko mindole bala barate minna ngasamba suwo kono sindi duto ko to ndunta kuto kono minna ndunta kuto kono mingola natonga musole do tara siringi yara musunningola na kunundingoti na moru kunundi nyima o naye minina ko kunundungo memerula antelem mama bo memerula antelem Palima jawo kunundungo memerula antelem memerula antelem ay wali ngaji yodi yalla yebang ngati yodi yalla yebang namano di yalla yeba ko nyakola ni kam memer nyin kan namano di yalla yebang nanyole di yalla yeba ko nyakoda ni kam memer nyin kan kununni ngo memerula ntelem memerula.
Thank you very much, Nyancho Apatake. This is how it is. And you see, for one to be artistic also, one must have a good oratory skills. And not all artists have a good oratory skills, but Nyancho is a good orator. His Excellency, your deliberations are very nice. I know now we will invite the media to throw their questions, and then we will answer them. Well, one thing that I want to clarify, Janke, you are raising your hand. Wait, I want to put this to you. That I was never sacked by Apataki. We had a problem that is inevitable because in any setup, conflict is inevitable. So conflict occurred, and then we had to be separated for some time, right? I want to clarify that. So I'll say a question on Sanji Kese Finance.
Partnership and investment are quite different things. We do investment, we do partnership. So we are doing partnership with Nyancho. For us, what is important, we see the talent of Nyancho. We don't only want him to use that talent, but we want the talent to match with the value, because this is what the Gambian people feel, especially in the art sector. Because nye artist la name moi, e camera la monetary value badame, another form badame, o kake dunya ning sangole. So we have that experience, we have that know-how. So we want to help artists to match a name. Like if you go to America, if you said Econ, you know his name and you know he's rich. But if you come to Gambia here, you said big artist, you know their name, but the account is zero. So until the partnership, this is what we want to match. We could have only invested in Nyancho's music. After the music, we get our profit. But we said, no, Nyancho's value is more than that. Let's bring our ideas together. Nyancho yala idea sama na management, Prince Empire yala idea sama nang with the team. We see how we can build not only Nyancho but the two sides. So this is what we mean about partnership. We also do investment. There are artists that we invested in their shows, and after the show, like Best of the Best, we are the main investors there. So that's investment. That's not partnership. So when we say partnership, that is, we want Nyancho to grow with Prince Empire. Not only Nyancho, but also our. After the Best of the Best, I think that was the first voice messaging. I mean, I want to sign our because he's a project.
Yes.
This is what we mean about investment, about partnership. We want the Gambian economy to grow, and we want the music industry also to grow. So that's what Prince Empire. Yeah, Prince Empire, I think basically people knows us only for music, but Prince Empire is an investment company. Basically what we see in the Gambian economy as a whole, the ecosystem of the Gambian economy is not growing, especially the value chain, because this is what the people fails to build here in this country. So with our technical know-how in finance, I think when we first came here, the reason for we wanted to launch our clothing brand. But when we look at the ecosystem of the Gambia, there's a lot of things we fail to jump. So with our expertise, we can come and build something. We started with music industry. Last year, we played to launch $5 million in the Gambian music industry. And I think we are the first music label that does that. But we go beyond music. On Saturday, we launched a new project or a new company called My Growth Capital. My Growth Capital is an American business model. What we believe will give chance to even a baby who is yet to be born to know how to create passive income, because Gambians don't know what is passive income. Gambians don't know how to create wealth. Gambians don't know how your money is going to work for you. What people believe, just have a money, you either save it at bank or, you go use big cars, you buy a big house. But how will you transform that money to create a money for you that will make you buy a big house? This is what we introduce in the Gambia here, and this is what we want to teach Gambia. But it cannot go without the main sector, because art is a main sector. Arts, the man can create a whole lot of income that can be plowed back to the economy to make the economy grow. And the most important part of it, about this business, we want to venture into startups. When we said startup companies are the only source of development or transformation, because I don't believe in development, but transformation, because those startups, we're not only going to give them money, but we're going to share our ideas with them. We're going to share our expertise with them. We make sure that they grow, for them to create more job opportunities for young generation that are coming, that you won't complain, graduating from university, wasting 3 years going to university, you graduate, you are an accountant, you go and work as a waiter, but when we build that ecosystem, when we build that value chain, then people will see the value of going to university, because the startups are there that will create job for them. So that's Prince Empire.
Yimbe, it's a name, it's a fuller name, Yimbe. It means the people. That's the way it comes from. But we are an entertainment company where we dealing with materials. Like what we have seen in Gambia is like we're using the same people, are having the same materials year in, year out. When you go to Europe in their concerts, they've traveled. The setups in European countries or in advanced countries is different from Gambia. Gambia is the same concept, different, the same stage, box stage, the same sound, the same lights and everything. It's every year. So we bring in something different. We bring in stages that you can modify to your need. Because I think our reserve stage, I can say it, our reserve stage alone is bigger than the biggest stage in Gambia right now. And that's the reserve stage. And we are bringing 2. And you can modify it in anyone you want. A system we have, which are already in Gambia, we even try to use it, but they could not compare with the ones they hear. The last system we have, they don't have it here. So we want to bring something different. That's the Yembe for you, where we bring materials, and it's an entertainment company, but we also into multimedia production. We were launching our multimedia company very soon, and also we also doing community work, like doing solar projects. By next year, inshallah, we are having a solar project. We went into sports too. I think we hosted a very successful event, football event, when we brought the replica of the Champions League trophy, the Ballon d'Or. We are the first people who did it, and we partnered with Ibrahim Sohna, the former Gambian footballer. So these are things that we've done. Basically, it's not only music, but as I say, we are also expanded to see other ways to involve, because we have seen that You can only impact the young people through the art sector and sports. And that's what we're trying to do right now. But basically, Yembe is it's a entertainment company wherein we are, after the 3 year, we're going to have a full setup of materials coming from Gambia. The first setup is here. The second is in Dakar. Then the third year will come next year, when we will have a full setup. It's not yet done. That is why we also, do not into too much activities. But when we are done by the next year, I think, Gambia will be aware of us, because I'm sure we will also dominate the market in terms of materials, because, Gambians love new things. They love new materials. So when we have that, I think we could have a lot of market. So that's the thing. We are an entertainment company, and but we also involved in community work, in sports, and also multimedia production. That's what we do. I hope I've answered your question. Thank you so much. We were supposed to launch our stage and the light for our festival that passed. That is the 28th April. But in China they have their own New Year. So when they came back, they could not do the shipping on time. So we were supposed to receive these materials 3 days after the event. So what we did is we posted to Dakar. Then we have the materials in Dakar. So we're gonna launch those materials on his event. So obviously we are partners with him. So because he's gonna perform on our own stage with our own lights and trusses. Not the sound, because we don't bring the sound now, but the stage and the lights and the trusses will be provided by Yembe. I think that is enough for a partnership, I guess. Thank you so much.
Ngamira sister ngo be nyinin karo la trakol milul bije anin kolabo jelle bije. Collabol milul bije in for about 5 collabo bije. Because artist Jamal Bijang ngamira nta dambara artist on miyanko na collabol mansia. Bari mbe chance di kan dolla la pour ninte collabol soto, because Jamal meta ka no maro kala nim cool. So mbe chance di kan Jamal la pour ka collabo soto ni tol na album kono 5 collabo. Albumo bebe kala 18 tracks lati. Wala nang koy double album avec kala walti. Hade. Thank you. 7 tracks. Bari ndol na album o kono niajen ko 18 atambita 18 nale, because mbe soundo di kam molla la million fans la million ko manda kala album o nyim fonkono directly, because bonus track so mbe minul di kan kom promotional site million ko amantara album o nyim kono. Hade.
Thank you very much, sister. You see, we always consider what we call pathos and locus in efficient communication. And then these are important communication principles. You understand? Yeah, the pathos, the locus. I mean, these are communication patterns, components, that comes along with principles of communication, right? And then, principles of efficient communication would warrant you to beautify. And some of these things cannot be a state suit a reality. I know very well that it will be more of a rhetorical question if somebody should ask me who are involved in discrepancy in our industry. We wouldn't state that, but we know that our industry has been very blurry for the longest time. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We will. I know you will definitely have to allow me to waive that sort of, and then we can have, behind the camera discussion regarding that. But what we know is our industry has been very blurry. And for the longest time, it has been Nyancho's concern to see how best we can deal with this blurry weather, because it's not advantageous. Like I said, investors will always come, right? If they see it in you that you are willing to collaborate, but then you cannot collaborate if there is no peace and tranquility. And this is the whole essence. That is why I said we are also going to have a side attraction called Kaira Kacha ahead of the event and even after the event, because our objective is to see artists united in this country. Our objective is to see business ladies and businessmen united in this country. There are organizations that are in a very, very, very funny situation recently, simply because artists are not united. If you should come with a campaign to say, let's buy Jesul's ticket, for instance. Now, somebody may think, okay, because you are engaging the public to buy Jesul's ticket, you are anti-STO, somebody else. So basically, I feel as senior sector players, we should take this as a responsibility to walk around activities of Nyancho's Cairo and Tenko. And there cannot be any bigger activity other than the Kaira Kacha. That's what we need. Yes. That I took, I had to state an example to say, even Nyancho today, an investor may think, right, if you should come up with whatever come all campaign to patronize him, right? Another person may feel, okay, the energy that you gave to Nyancho in that campaign, you haven't given that to other artists. So this is why, even us, the music business consultants, it's been very hard for us to associate, isn't it? Because you associate with this guy in giving you expertise advice, somebody would think, you are trying to connive, with his or her enemy against him or her. This is what we've been saying. And I remember very well, I had to engage my very good younger brothers. Kudos to them, they did great, Mustik and Pajawara. When we met at the village, I said, my observation is, it is very true that you have achieved your objective. But I believe that one of the primary, objectives of best of the best should be to unite thespians in our industry. And then in doing so, this is a good collaboration. This project, Collabo, can involve those promoters in best of the best. Hence, their concept is to bring all these artists on the same stage. We can discuss around unity and tranquility. And this is what we are going to do. It's going to be a peak engagement. This activity is going to be a very, very, very important activity. Yeah, from Gambia to Europe. Because even in the diaspora, we have some of our promoters that are not in good terms. So we know all these things. So we are going to pronounce in capital merits the importance of peace and tranquility.
Focus is his album launching, and because of that, we even suspend most of our activities for this year because we want to also concentrate on it because it involves a lot of money and also involves a lot of energy. So we want to concentrate on that. Then after when it's done, then we can move to something else because we want to before the third event, the third Yembe Jam festival, we want to make sure everything's set up. So basically, he's the focus now. Then after his album, we could talk about something else. Thank you.
Action. And even before this Cairo and Tenko album, we've all made our individual trials to, unite those that are in discrepancy in our industry. And then one of the mechanisms we would use is to include bigger influencers in the country. If need be, even if the head of state, President Barrow, can take, the lead in terms of these discussions, we would. That is just to tell you how optimistic we are in making sure that there is unity in the industry. Now, we will engage partners, big influencers in the country to take the lead in this discussion. But there is one thing also that you should know. Artists are powerful, right? They are change agents. Probably the reason why we could not unite these people is because Nyancho has never, got involved, right? To be in the forefront in the discussion. Because there are artists that have higher regards for him because of the peace that prevails between him and those artists. Like I said here earlier, he has never been involved in any discrepancy with any artist. So I'm optimistic that the respect that they've accorded Nyancho, all of them, is huge. So we are definitely going to use that altitude to talk, amongst our thespians, because this is a key issue. Mariam, like I stated, everything Cairo Nintenko, will cool be solved. Thank you so much.
Drops Nyancho. Since Manekon Hale, smart papa mom, Damandenkane mom, so I've got Manakone, John Naras Madam. Take care of so Bahe Yola, so Bone. Yola. So daf ma yar duma de tu duma de nan ataya duma de dem club wangi still calm mangi train anyway mi yag na ci industry bi ak mom and dama content torop si mom dal and sun Gambian artists fof la buga wa we are all one jaru ñu he comme ale aduna ñu fightante sagante ndey si music bi dañ am xale yu bari ñuy ñëw si aduna bi suñ déggee suñ music yi soo leen bàyyee xel Lucky Dube du dee saga music am yi ñoom Michael Jackson du dee saga dem bàyyi fii loo xam ne lu rëy la so man di simple mu laa dee xoolee suma koto bi Nyancho du dee saga boo dafa la dee jàngal loo pour xale yi ëllëg sorry so wax rek waaw media dafa bari doole
dafa am doole torop Jizola Estila T Small la whoever please comme dama bëgg ñu bàyyi lii dañ am xale ñoo xam ne ñoo grow up tomorrow we are all one that's the reason tamit man maa ngi gis ma booba si Cairo bi ak tenkungo dégg ma soose nag so nekk na loo xam ne dama bëgg ñëpp ñu génn si ñu support together as one so Nyancho man gom naa ko torop ne comme he is the best artist in this country no ko because of is my brother dafa am loo xam ne mun si moom is unique since day one ñun ñoo daan doon dem fural we dance together du tey daf ko yàgga liggéey so dafa nekk loo xam ne dafa yàgga adopt eyes so many people dancers so man tey alhamdulillah tey maa ngi work in different places maa ngi liggéey si hotel bi as a lead dancer and choreographer that side yàlla ak moom a day yóbbu foofu noonu son demal you can do it I understand so man si gannaawam full time 100% no matter what so please Gambia let's maintain peace man loolu rek laa bëgga loolu rek laa am in mind ma bëgga wax thank you
comme soo ko bàyyi xel Police Soul génn na since 2022 waaye foo ko play rek dañuy teg na comme musique bi teel a génn comme démb yow you can witness it bi doon perform fale si free show bi ak Youssou Ndour bu mu play rek ñëpp ñu ngi ko woy after Roland sa in toon mu ne woy bi mu ngi ko fàttali ne comme like school time it's like assembly time ñëpp su ñëw woy national anthem bi ma ne ko ne Police Soul mu nekk di new national anthem of the Gambia léegi national anthem bi Gambia bi dañ ko génne Police Soul mu nekk new national anthem so liggéey bi nekkutee nag dañuy yàgga struggle dañuy am jafe-jafe yu bari comme Salman mu ko waxee su ma la waxoon li ñu doon lekka sax doo leen ko gëm sax trop sit bilaay dañoo runga fu sori dañoo dem ñu invite ñu soo duñu am pass dox ba suñu tànkay mbooyo ñëw duñu am lu ñoo lekka sax mangoy ñorut leen ñoo aji wala mburu boo xam ne fanana ba mu am green suñoo lekka dañoo fay lampa bi pour bu ñu gis green bi ñu lekka ko waaye tey ñu ngi fii alhamdulilah léegi yëpp mu ngi ceeñ waaye teg naa nag comme Gambien dañ ko war a téye suñu side ñu support ji 100% den na ba inshallah
nda def naa loolu yëpp waaw di gàddu suma baag nag di wóor Brikama moo tax na ma am so many cebe freni cebe loolu la seen bagage laa doon jaay waaw maa ngi nekkoon masa ambila bu rëy ya bilaay waaye mu ngi nii rek tey kon du Salman bég naa nag si sa kaddu wi noonu lay rek saa su ne rek ku nekk am nga sa jaar-jaar you know waaye game bi danga koo gom man fana believe bu Nyancho am loo tax tey ñu ngi si level bii nii te believe boobu tamit yéen tamit you have been with him you've never betrayed him lu am solo la man fana bu ma ñëwee Bakaw laa soog a xam lan mooy loyalty truth be told cognizant of fi ngeen seen jaar-jaar yéen yëpp ba tey laa xam ne dëgga loyalty am na te soo bëggee gis loyalty demal be kër ñoom Salman Newtown mbaate saati ba nii la rek kon donc maa ngi bég si waay taatu leen ma Salman Bari waaw ku am solo la nag si team bi because Nyancho choreography mooy dooleem feeca kon donc moom mi nga xamante ne mooy lead dancer bi tey most of the nice dances moom moo ko dee choreographe kon donc loolu lu rafet la waaw man moom nii la rek waaw maa ngi am team boo xamante ne Youssou Ndour fu mu taxaw rek ñu taxaw waaw ren nag Afghanistan la India ak Saudi Arabia inshallah rabbi waaw any more question
bro kaddu boobu rafet na torop foog naa ne man comme Djobz wax na ko fii suma management ne musuñoo bindal letter like saak neen ko wala comme you know contract bi jeex na mu fa woon dafa noonu dañ xala split be ku nekk soo demee ba nga giifal waaye man doon jooba Djobz ay yewa 2 years waaye comme ñun doon jooba Djobz even time boobu problème boobu yëpp num tight because mama mel noonu rek hello bro dam ibe jadi dan bijade you know lafta nyine ke lay mina mira ngamira ala keteng ngata nga ke nyama leta jamal fango bijenke sambadu lalto atara ka safe bari amantara no job kan nka sabana ne by force comme naye do ko okay wala non ko Cairo rek wolon ko beti jamalla dun tade nyola splita fobi inena mandiam bari o manken tolti ni ajam bijang bi di jos be sirinjang woto Cairo nyin tenko ngolo savu dunia be akala mutanen di jos e problème soto no janne abe social media dawa dale mobe dia muta nalia korosi no Nyancho fanga ya stop leka interview ta journalist Jamal kam fata jang Jamal bukala fikang nginda Jamal fo call sign Jamal bukala fikang na call fanga because of yang kumanin na foy batata pour ka interview soto pour ka nyininka about Djobz la call campus pour ka questionol dunding da kono pour nga kuma jawo fo about Djobz bari nene ma fo ndong Jamal nkata ndilal ko no bro ndol man traka any interview ta follow ni after interview fenkela na management call no ni management call wol ka fo sorry Nyancho be tamalal wala sorry Nyancho be tajane manta handula because man la feka diamuda because malon sama mimbe kalante nyi Djobz tema bi afela bijan woto amanjare ni moli sonkata wala dunta nyola wala setani dunta tema doron do e diamu jana after ite naka complain ka explain no amanjara setanu tade wanda ka banne ko ku ka banne so abetara na rawolo Cairo nyin tenkongoti ni ajam bijan Djobz bijan nta bijan woto Cairo nyin tenkongolo so alma fa bulo ko say baake you know. Thank you.
In review of our industry, you know, in 2023, and then somebody asked me in my entire accolade, right, or career as an artist manager, what are some of my memorable issues? And I did mention the moment that we had at John Seker's home, you know, may his soul rest in peace, in 2019. I did also mention the moments that we had with Pape Diouf, right, until he told me this, the moments I had with Bubandur and Co, you name them. And then I said, the moment that I had with Nyancho in the studio, the Police Hall production night, very, very memorable. We slept in the studio. And then my podium outro, right, in the video, I wrote my part. And then when we got in there, I voiced, you know, Nyancho is very artistic. I said it here earlier. And then he said, bro, I feel you can swag it a little bit. Like at the end where you said, this is from Nyancho, aka Apachaki. You know, he was a bit fast. He said, no, you know, swag it this way. From Nyancho, aka Apachaki, you know. You know, good memories, right? And then we were also talking around what are some of the words that we would use to symbolize, you know, the police and the military. And then there comes me, standard ease, attention. So Nyancho engaged J-Live to bring that on the bridge. Standard ease, attention. That was my voice. You know, did it once, you know, voice it again and the like. So it was very, very nice. Not all artists would do that. He said it here. Nyancho is very consultative. He is very consultative because the way ideas flow on the Police Hall, people will tell you, no wonder, you know, it is the biggest song in the Gambia. And for so many years, right? Yeah, it will continue to be because of what we represent. I remember, this is just by the way, sorry. I remember the first day we went to police headquarters. Then we were supposed to have Exodus captivity in Brikama. And we went to look for clearance. This was sometime in 2021, February. And then we were seated. Now, every man and woman in uniform were approaching Nyancho. Is it whether they'll be having a side chit chat with him or then they would approach him and then appraise him, spewing nice words regarding his stardom. So that was the time I said, Nyancho, I feel the album should be called Police Hall. And he said, Djobz, you have good at it. I said, yes, because you were born at Fajara Military Barracks. Your dad is still serving the police. Your grandfather was in police band. So you are built, I mean, around military. So no wonder he keeps saying, Bakao Soldier Kambano. You know, so that's how it is. And then we extended to the rest of the management members. I remember on that day when we had this meeting, everybody was against the concept. A particular promoter was telling me, Djobz yale to ike kumba ku kono police molnol mantara diari ko police album on kono. You don't understand. The discrepancy between the public and the police. Yes, we will mention about police brutality. But then if there is something called Apachaki Charter and the police caravan, we will be able to mitigate this. So we created activities around the police project. the police tournament. Now, how can we all be public policemen and women? That was a bigger question. It so happened, the police also had their project called Police Magazine, and they had a countrywide tour activity at the time. Now, when we came up with this philosophy, this concept, they said Nyancho is going to champion the police caravan. So over time, the promoters that were spewing seeds on me understood very well that this concept is the greatest concept ever in this country. You know why? Because we had represented, we had pronounced in capital measures those that people hardly celebrate in this country. Yeah, and they are the most greatest individuals when it comes to service delivery. I told Nyancho, we will be in our homes, in our bedrooms sleeping, but they will be outside there, standing under the sun or under the rains, right? So the concept works. And then when we released the video, we were against time. Somebody is alerting me. This is just by the way. Anyway, side attraction. Please bear with me. I remember the day we went to XD for us to put everything together to shoot this video. Bright stars, they were there because, like I said, consultation and everything. And then SD said, we will take footages from GRTS, QTV. I said, no, we will take natural footages. Let's go to the Independence ground. So all these moments, Dawda, to answer your question, great memories that I also often think of. And then Nyancho also happens to be my star, somebody that is your own star. Like you are a bigger fan, so it's so much cordial for you to work with him than any other artist. So those were the moments that I miss. And then we came together. It feels like great. And then that is why we have transformed the ordinary management to a presidential cabinet. His Excellency. Yes. Thank you. That's in the business. VM, thank you very much. You came from far, all the way from Brikama, despite the impromptu notification we sent to all of you. We appreciate. And then be there to support us. And then I will also engage you to take these stories, as we gave you, for your publication and post, right? Thank you very much. Voila.
Gambian Talents TV. Gambian Talents TV. Promotion, population. Promoting our culture. Promoting our tradition.